to greet you, people of Nyamira, in God's name, this afternoon. I am here at forthcoming University, and my name is Prof Reuben Marwanga, who is running for Governor of Nyamira County. Today, I just want to take a few moments to talk a little bit about myself and why I'm running for Governor in Nyamira County, and also look a little bit about the status of the county as of now. Where are we as a county? Just to take you a little bit back, what is this thing called county, Nyamira County? If you remember, the Constitution of 2010 created counties where we are one of the counties of the country, number 046. The point of counties was to bring services closer to the people. That's what really devolution is all about. It's one of the greatest things that our Constitution of 2010 did. Create these counties so that services can be closer to the people. So after 10 years, where are we as a county? We have done some things. Here are the things we have done. One is that we actually created the county, created county government, which has a governor and his ministers and the chief officers. We also created the civil service for the county. Then we also created the county assembly, where we have our MCAs. So the structure of the county is in place. What else was supposed to happen? What was supposed to happen after you create the structure is that money comes. So money is coming every year. For 10 years, money has been coming to Nyamira. Now probably more than 50 billion shillings has come to Nyamira County. Now, there was a fourth thing that was supposed to happen, and that is services. The services that were devolved, like health, part of education, agriculture, part of roads. That's what was supposed to happen. Because the money has come, then the government uses the money to provide services for the people in Nyamira. So we are saying the county government is in place. That means the governor, the deputy governor, the ministers, and the chief officers, and the civil service of the county is there. The county assembly that actually approves the budget is also in place. And the money has been coming for the last 10 years. Now the question is, have the services come? Me, I don't see them. Services have not come to Nyamira County. To be honest, the Nyamira County has not seen devolution the way it was designed to be. I think there was a misunderstanding. There was a misunderstanding of the guys who have been running the county. The way they understood devolution is that the money comes from the national government and they pocket it. Money comes from the government, they pocket it. And that's what we've been doing for the last 10 years. No services to the people in Nyamira. There is no health services, there are no medicines in the hospitals, there is no bursaries or scholarships for our students. The roads, most of the places are impassable when it rains, and many other things that have never happened. The counties where devolution has happened, like we always give the example of Professor Kivuta Kibwana's Makueni County, Professor Nyang Nyong'o's Kisumu County, which is just next door. Even some places called West Pokot, where Professor Onyangapo is, devolution has happened. If you go to the hospitals, there are medicines, doctors are paid, nurses are paid, and they are paid well. And they even pay people who are called community health workers. In Nyamira, they removed the W, now they call them community health volunteers so that they don't pay them. In those places, ECD teachers are taken care of. In Nyamira, there's nothing, honestly, absolutely nothing. So I hope good people of Nyamira, that's why I'm running for governor, because I believe I have the vision, I have the capacity, and I have the networks that are necessary to actually run a county properly, the way it's supposed to run and bring services to the people of Nyamira County. So I'm appealing to you, come August 9th, I'm appealing to you please wake up in the morning and vote for Professor Marwanga. I'm running on a KANU ticket. I hope that together we can actually transform Nyamira County. We cannot allow this opportunity to go, because you cannot be doing the same thing and expect different results. We need to change the narrative. We need to change the narrative that Nyamira County is a county that never works simply because of wrong leadership. I thank you very much.
Thank you, Prof, for your insight, information you have said, and giving brief of what you are. What can you say about Professor Moronga Foundation? What can you tell us about it? What is about it in Nyamira County?
Yeah, Moronga Foundation is a foundation that has been assisting kids with bursaries and scholarships. The reason why I created this is because education is what made me somebody. It's through education. Education is the only variable that actually changes someone's life, changes the family where that person comes from, and also even changes the community. So when I discovered that a lot of our kids cannot go to school because of school fees, I decided to create this foundation, and we have been paying school fees for kids since 2009. It's only this year because I'm running for governor is why it has become famous, but it has been around for some time, and we have been trying to help out with these kids. But right now we are only focusing on kids from poor families and kids who are orphans or maybe have orphans. But the hope is that in a way, really, I'm doing the county work. This is what counties are created to do. The county should put enough money for their kids to go to school. Other counties have done that. Professor Nyang in Kisumu has put 350 million shillings. You can't find a single kid of Kisumu County outside of school because of school fees. In Nyamira, you would have to ask the current governor where they take the money for kids. I don't know, where they also eat even money that is actually supposed to go to the kids' school fees. That's what I'm saying, that when I become governor, I will expand that program and also work with the MCS. We make a law, a county law that says no single kid of Nyamira County should be outside because of school fees. Once we make that law, we pass that law, then it will become the responsibility of the county to actually take its kids to school. And then we can start actually reducing fees for other parents, because one of the greatest contributors to poverty in Nyamira County is fees. So if you can start even reducing fees, even a little bit for all parents, then you can actually start reducing poverty. So as of now, we only manage to pay for a few that we can manage, because I'm just using my own resources and some resources from a few friends. But the needs are very high. We need more than 200, 300 million shillings to be able to address the problem of school fees that our kids face.
Thank you, Prof. There's another thing which you have talked about is about health. What agenda do you have, and why do you feel that the evolution is not working, especially in health in Nyamira County?
Yeah, thank you, David, for that question. Health is a devolved function, completely 100% devolved, which means it's the responsibility of the county to actually manage its healthcare system. But in Nyamira County, as I've said, money has been coming, but there is no anything that you can call a health system. It doesn't even exist. To start with, the Nyamira hospital, which is supposed to be a referral hospital, doesn't even have, these days, nurses are asking me for gloves, simple gloves. They don't even have Panadol, painkillers. That is a county hospital. Now, when I come in, what I'm going to do, in fact, I will start with that one. I will start with that one because that hospital is a big shame for the county of Nyamira. I'm going to raise that hospital to level 5, truly level 5, referral hospital, which means it will have the equipment that is required, it will have the experts that are required, and it will have the drugs. myself as governor, I promise the people in Nyamira County, I will not go to any other hospital even if I'm sick. I'll go to that hospital, which means I'll make sure that that hospital is good enough even for me. Because in any case, I work in Nyamira County. If I got sick, I can't wait for helicopters to take me to Nairobi. So that is what I am going to do. The other issue that I'm going to address is the issue of preventive health care. Preventive, we always say that prevention is better than cure. Now, in a devolved function, the lowest level or the lowest cadre of healthcare workers in preventive healthcare are called community health workers. Now in Nyamira they converted, they call it community health volunteers so that they don't pay them. They don't pay these people. I am going to make sure that I put these people on payroll as soon as I become governor. And then we can start now actually really implementing truly preventive health care, including doing annual medical checkups for every citizen of Nyamira County. We will use the facilities that exist that are now really not being used, they're just lying idle. We'll make sure that we stock them with equipment and drugs and workers who are highly motivated. But even some areas where we don't have those facilities, we can even put tents and we give services to our people.
Thank you. Prof, in your agenda manifesto, you have talked about passionately about the agriculture. Agriculture is the bedrock of Nyamira County, and especially coffee and tea. What plans do you have for our people?
Now, in agriculture is my agenda. I have the 10-point agenda in my manifesto. Obviously, the first one is education, as I've mentioned previously. The second agenda is health, where I actually call it health is wealth. And the third one is agriculture. As you know, Nyamira County is a rural county, which means our economic base is agriculture. And agriculture is also fully devolved. It's 100% devolved. So it's our responsibility as a county to make sure that agriculture works for us. Now, in agriculture, the first thing is that you must also build capacity for farmers, train the farmers. You know, we used to have extension services in this country that eventually died. We will actually activate that so that our farmers can start being taught of how to do what is called smart agriculture. The other thing I want to mention is that every crop or a produce has what is called a value chain. Each has a value chain. What does that mean? That in this supply chain of for example, if it's pineapples, from the farm to how those pineapples go to a hotel to be sold, there is what you call adding value. You add value, which means you do some processing as you add value. Now, when you think about it, then wherever you are adding value is a process. As you are doing the process, you are creating jobs for our youth and our people who are basically unemployed right now. So we will be, for every produce, there is a value chain. So we'll be looking at those value chains and actually seeing where we can actually add value as the produce moves from the farm eventually to the table to be eaten. And in the process creating jobs. Closely related with that is access to market. And I think that obviously you will see then it is related to whether our roads are passable. And my agenda 4 obviously is in infrastructure to make sure that all the roads are accessible. I'm not promising that I'm going to make roads tarmac to all of them, but I'll make sure that actually all our roads are all weather, which means they can, whether it rains or it doesn't rain, you can pass, yeah, so that we are able to transport our crops, our produce, and they can get to market. The issue of market is also the responsibility of the governor. It will be also my responsibility. My job as governor will also be looking for markets. How do we get our produce from Nyamira to get rid of, if it's possible, get rid of middlemen, so that we can get our crops or our produce to actually markets where our farmers actually get paid well. So we'll work on those. So you can see it's basically getting markets, adding value, creating jobs in the process.
Yes, thank you, Professor Marwanga. Lastly, the last question which I wanted to ask you is about youth. there is a serious unemployment in the country, especially after COVID-19. What are your plans do you have for the youth of Nyamira County?
The youths of Nyamira County make the majority of the voters. They make the majority of our people. And if any government that does not put youth in the forefront in its plans, then that is a county or a government that is going nowhere. And as of now, I don't think what we have had in the last 10 years has really ever thought of what to do with the youth. Me, I have programs for the youth. In fact, what I've talked about in terms of creating jobs, in every sector, whether it's education, it's health, it's agriculture, basically it's looking for ways on how we create jobs. But lastly, there is my agenda 10 is the basically empowerment of youth, women, and the people with disabilities. And here we are really talking about how do we empower the youth so that they are independent, so that they can start having money, cash flow in their pockets. When I talked about agriculture, where we'll be creating cottage industries, basically adding value, that's one way in which obviously we will be creating jobs. But also, we will provide grants, which means obviously we will try to organize youths into circles, create circles, and then give them grants, and then they can start actually doing economic activities that actually help them. Also, if they grow, the circles grow, we will also create a microfinance that will actually now give cheap loans to these people, so that they can grow. If they start giving small loans, eventually they can start giving bigger loans, and that is how you develop the youth. The other agenda that I have is on ICT, information communication technologies, and this one is really addressing the youth directly, in the sense that Nyamira County is going to be a digital county. We are going to make sure that our schools from ECD, primary schools and secondary schools, are actually equipped so that our people are digital. And with the youth, they are quick in basically picking this expertise, because there's a lot of jobs also that are out there, but they can actually be doing them while they're in Nyamira, and they actually get paid. So then the other thing about the youth is on sports. The other agenda I have is on sports, where we are going to create sports academies that will develop talent, because we have a lot of talents in Nyamira that remain undeveloped. So we will create these academies. Those young people who are, physically minded, interested in sports, whether it's athletics or it's soccer, and so on, we can develop them. Wouldn't it be nice if we can export some of these kids to go and play for the Premier League? It will be or La Liga. It will be something. Thanks.
Thank you, Professor Marwanga, for your time, and ours is to wish you very best as you go for Nyamira County Governorship. And thank you for your time, Professor.
Thank you.